Happening today, Kerr County hosted Commissioners Court for the second time since the deadly July 4th floods, and they had a few flood-related items on their docket, giving updates and voting on practices in the Hill Country area. Laura Devin Karp listened in and has a breakdown of what it means for people affected by the floods. Good afternoon, Devin.
Hey, good afternoon. Okay, so with a lot of this, for most of the time, it was business as usual during the session, talking about their fuel contracts, some IT services, and installing a crosswalk in front of Nimitz Elementary School. But here's some of the items that they got going on here and talked about during the court. First off, they gave some efforts and updates for those recovery operations. They say there's still a lot of work left to tackle. They've been making good progress this last week, and the influx of volunteers they saw this weekend has been very helpful. They encourage people coming out here to register with officials when volunteering so first responders know where people are along the river and what's being done. They also said that the rain yesterday and today is definitely going to slow down efforts in the field, and spoke about the state taking over and helping with the debris process, which they say will save local taxpayers a lot of money. The county treasurer, some pros, some overtime pay for the hourly employees who would just otherwise get compensated time, and regular pay for the salary employees who worked more than 40 hours a week, which has been an all hands on deck situation over there in Kerr County. They also agreed to keep operating out of the central location that's been used for storage, family assistance, and some resources for the community members affected by the floods. That's over at the 500 and 600 blocks of Earl Garrett. County commissioners also spoke about receiving some death threats online and said a lot of people will need to wait to have patience for their answers for their questions. Those will come later. But there were some people who showed up to give public comment, asking a couple questions about local businesses, and again, thanking first responders for saving their lives.
I would love to have the ability to understand where businesses can look for assistance. I know this is probably an early time to be asking that, but I didn't want to wait till another meeting came around to ask the question, so that way it could be thoughtful and be thought about.
All county fire departments who knocked on doors of our citizens to help them evacuate their residences saved lives and showed leadership during a time of crisis. Kerr County in Texas is resilient and strong and will face months, if not years, of recovery.
The county commissioners directed some of those questions from the public to input at their website online, where they've been putting answers. They say that there's a lot there, including information for local businesses on getting some grants and interest-free loans. Commissioners also ended that session in a closed meeting and discussion with their legal counsel about pending or contemplated litigation or any other attorney-client matters as needed.